This is Ken Pyle with VOD TV at the 2012 Broadband Community Summit, and we're very pleased to be with Tim Nulty of EC Fiber. I think the question would be nationwide, how do we duplicate, how is it replicated what you're doing here to serve those other unserved areas?
Well, there are three things you have to do to make a thing like this work. And the easiest one is the technical part. Figuring out how to build. It's not easy to do this, but it's a lot easier than the other problems. That is developing a network and a business plan that is a lot leaner and a lot cheaper for rural areas than the standard. I mean, we build it less than half the price of what is standard in the industry. And most people don't think it's possible. Well, we've done it. Come look at it. I'm not making it up. And the network works, and it's a 5.9 network. So that's the first thing, but that's the easiest. Second thing is organize an organization, an institution that can implement a project like this. There's a lot of mythology about how telecommunications is so hard and so difficult. It's way overblown. I mean, it's in the interests of certain people to make it sound like it's impossible for ordinary people to do it. But it's not that hard, but you do have to organize it. And you can't just sort of just pick somebody and go do it. No, that's the second thing. The third thing is the financing, and that's the hardest. By far is the hardest. Oh, the actual business isn't that hard. The financing is really hard.
So how is it chartered? I noticed the prospectus on the website. So is it, what's the actual organization type?
The organization in our case, which was it evolved over a while, so I wouldn't claim that we were so smart as to think this up in the beginning, but as we went along this evolved, and now it works really well. 23 Vermont towns covering 800 square miles, 55,000 people, have formed a joint venture. The joint venture is a contract. It's not a company.
Okay.
As such, it has a lot of legal power, but it's a rather cumbersome way to run a business, because every time you have any significant thing, all 23 towns have to convene their city councils and make decisions. So to get around that, the 23 towns, the contract, the joint venture, formed an LLC.
Okay.
And that's an actual company.
Okay.
Wholly owned by the towns, but it is a registered normal company that can behave in a commercial manner just like a regular company. And that's a really good idea, to put a barrier between the operations and the governance.
So it protects the towns essentially.
Protects the towns financially. It also keeps politics at a distance. When these things start, the politicians claim they don't want to get their fingers in it, but over time, there's money flowing.
Elections.
Exactly. So this creates a clear barrier. The company is enjoined to behave in a commercial, professional manner. The towns act as a board of directors, but they don't do operations.
Okay.
Then that company is what raises money.
Okay. That
company hired a local, Vermont-based nonprofit ISP, ValleyNet, which had been in existence for 15, 18 years, to build and operate the network under contract.
Okay.
So ValleyNet is the expert organization.
Okay.
It is its operating. It itself is a nonprofit.
Okay.
But it doesn't own anything. It doesn't touch any money. All the money goes through the parent. Because of this structure, there's a lot of accountability and a lot of two eyes looking at things, so it's pretty easy to make sure that money doesn't go astray. At the same time, it draws a clear distinction between the policy governance at the town level, the owner level, which is where big policies should be made. Are we going to be universal? Are we going to go into video? Those kind of policy decisions are made by the town, but it also keeps them out of the day-to-day business. They don't hire people, they don't fire people, and so on.
So then from
it's a good system, but I don't want to claim that we were so clever as to thought it up in the beginning.
Now the money you're getting from individuals, because they actually are investing, and that's what's driving the capital you need. Now, how do they get a return? Is that going into the LLC?
It's a loan, because there's the company is owned by the towns.
Okay.
So you can't have an equity investment. You can't sell a
so
stock.
It's a loan then.
It's a loan.
Okay.
And the loan is in the form of a promissory note, $2,500 each. It's a 15-year note, pays over the whole year. It's about 6.2% interest. It's totally tax exempt because it's a municipality, which is a pretty good investment, actually.
Yeah.
So the people are doing something good for their community, but it's not. But these are Vermonters. They're very careful with their money. Right. This is not a charity. Right. They get a return, and not a bad one.
Yeah.
So and it's working. And the economics of the business plan, work just fine with paying that kind of interest rate and that kind of. In fact, it's very good.
Well, Tim, I look forward to hopefully seeing you up there someday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love to. See ya.